back to the farm, guys. Woo! We need the rain. Pretty wicked thunderstorm right now. I'm hoping this breaks our heat and humidity. I think it's supposed to kind of shut down the day's plans. So, wow. Good stuff though. As long as there's no hail. Alright, welcome back to another day, everyone. So, as you can see, the Kubota is up and running. Main problem was blown fuse, which I don't have a clue if that's I did that or the machine did it, and the battery. So when I went to go get yesterday, which I haven't done a video yet about that or any videoing about it, we left yesterday very early in the morning, drove 2 hours north of us and picked up two brand new, to us, 11-week-old Springer Spaniels. So, and I didn't put it on the video. Like, this is probably 3 weeks now that our Springer Spaniel Kenzie, she was 16, and yeah, it pretty tragic, pretty hard on me, especially she was my buddy. So, so anyways, I don't want to talk about it. But anyways, so this thing is fixed. I do need a battery. I stole the battery out of the 900, the one that overheats. And since the morons broke my gate opener, so the gate's not being used right now, I stole the battery off of that one and put on that 900. So it doesn't, where the battery is, you know, this whole section here is like kind of gone because of the fire. So anyways, so everything's up and running, and I'll worry about, this battery's probably a little small for this machine, but it'll be good till, you know, I get to town and get another $150 battery. So anyways, yeah, when I was over there, I asked about a battery at Kubota. They wanted $200 for the Kubota sticker on a battery. So yeah, I'm not paying $50 more just for an orange sticker. So anyways, so what I did here, I didn't show you me cutting this, but right there, where is it? Right there. So there, and you can see down in there is a big cherry that blew over. And then right over my property line, right in there, is another big maple that blew over. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be milling 6x6 timbers, and I'm going to timber frame my solar, since now that my 2x6s or 2x8s aren't long enough, and I got the mill anyways, I'm going to timber frame it. So I cut these at 12 feet. So there's another one right there. And the reason I don't have my tractor here is it has the mower on it still. And it's funny, I was just watching Lumna Acres this morning, and he was complaining like he doesn't like to take off his attachments because they're a pain in the butt to take on and off. And I get that on the 3-point hitch stuff. Most of the stuff's pretty simple, you know, mowers, but that sickle bar mower, very strange setup, and it takes like 20 minutes to put that thing. It takes 10 minutes to get it off, and then it takes another 20 minutes to get it back on. So I was like, oh, I don't want to take that off because I'm using it to cut and feed with the goats. So I will come up here today, this afternoon, cut that up, and I was like, well, I'm going to try pulling this, and if it doesn't pull hard, then I'm going to pull it with this, get it down there, and I'll come back up, grab that, excuse me, that one. What's left of that tree, it's probably firewood. So I'm going to take this down, drag it down to the mill, and then we'll come back and grab this one. Then I have a 12-foot, I think, 12 or 14-foot chestnut oak in the pile down there. So that'll give me 3. I mean, honestly, like, I don't cut a lot of maple just because we tap all the trees. That's beautiful. Man, that's a nice looking tree. So, but I also have this really nice cherry sitting down there, and I need to get that done. Down on the pile sitting. So, all right, well, let's drag this down. All right, it's on here. Look at that. I even knew it was gonna set on there like that, and the dirt's on the right side. Something worked out this week, right? All right, so this is just over 12 feet. So that's like, I don't know, just over 1.5 feet of what I can't saw. So, yeah. So, like all official sawmilling videos, we got to give you the old, let's see here. At the widest part, it's 17. Let's see what it is this way. Yeah, 16-ish. 16, kind of not exactly straight. At this end, it is, what is it here? 14. But I'm not gonna use my toe board because you can see right underneath there. So it's close enough. I need to get a 6x6 out of this. It's really nice looking wood too, by the way. But I need it, and it's on the ground. So let's gonna see how this folly works. So from what I gather from watching like Sawing with Sandy, I think did it. Planks Mills did a really long one. He did one that was like twice this mill. It was crazy. He had that thing way out there. So and I don't know the name of the channel. I just watched, it was I should be careful with my words, older guy, older than me, and him and his wife, and he just did one. So I don't even remember the name of the channel, but yeah, I think he had like one of those orange saws. So my guess is I'm going to cake and cut this as far as I can get it. I have the wedge sitting there. I actually helped keep that from rolled over against the stops. Back it up a little bit. Cut it with the saw. Peel that piece off. And then shove it in there. And then try to keep it as straight as possible. And go from there, I guess. Yeah, and then cut this, and then pull it back out, and flip it, pull it back out, and then just keep doing that all 4 times until you're ready. You got a square can, I guess, right? Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I hope I do it right. I don't know if I will or not, but it's going to happen any way it happens. pretty happy with that. Other than I got in there a little too deep, but that remains to be seen if that's going to be affected, or I might even be cutting that off. So I'm just going to get this into a cant, and then if I can get some boards out of it, bonus. So, all right, well, I'm just going to throw you in a time lapse because this is a slow process, but it's not that bad, I guess. Could be worse. Couldn't have a mill, so. Alright guys, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but shadows are getting long in the tooth here. So I need to go make some goats happy. So this is very painstaking, but it can be done. So the only thing I don't like about it is you're almost like if this was something that had to be perfect, you would have to do something else with this end, with this last foot or so. It's not as uniform as that part of it. It kind of comes up a little bit right here. And this one anyway. And I've noticed like and I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, but if the log's kind of wonky out here at the end, it kind of sits different on this end bunk, is, then you push it in, and then it's not sitting on that bunk anymore, so it kind of changes everything. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I don't know. But I'm happy with this. This isn't super critical. It's a 9.5 by 10 is what it come out to be. So I gotta go take care of the goats. I'm just gonna let this sit here tonight. I'll come back in the morning. All right, welcome back to another day. Well, saw is all gassed up, ready to roll. And so what I've changed here today is I got this thing all marked out where I want to cut it. I'm using a come along instead of getting up there and trying to fish it underneath, and especially on the cants. Probably still have to use the skid steer when there's bark on this. So, but if we're on these cants, it should work out pretty good. So, all right, I'm gonna get cutting. things didn't work out like I'd like them to this morning, so I need to get moving. Last cut. Well, that is a beautiful 6x6, if I must say so. Wow. Oh, man, that thing's gorgeous. I haven't cut maple in a long time. Good Lord, that's beautiful. Alright, so what have I learned? So when you come down to where you can't cut anymore, and you back the saw off, and then you move your log, you got to really bring the blade down onto the wood, because if it doesn't, it rides up a little bit. And it was giving me fits. Luckily I was able to fix it on these last cuts. What's the other thing? Honestly, I think I'm going to go get my Sawzall or something. A 440 is just too big and I can't control the depth of the cut, and my little top handle, I don't know what that is, MS200, I can't get it to run. It runs and it doesn't run, so it's just a pain in my ass. Oh, let's see. So this is one. I got 4 more to go. I got that maple. Where's my finger? Right there, and then I got one in the oak in there. That'll give me 3. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get this thing off, set it someplace for now, and move on to the next one. Okay, so number 2, and then, well, this is from both of them. This is all the extra lumber. Obviously I have to do something with that, but I'll get to that probably tomorrow or something. I don't know. I'm going to get the skid steer, pick this behemoth up, put it over there with the other one, and then I'm going to grab this, looks like a red oak, put it on here, then I'm done for the evening. I'll be honest with you, I mean, I'm glad I can do this. This is painstaking. Now I did use the come along at each end instead of getting out of the skid steer, and that works out a lot better. I mean, if you had a really big log, you probably couldn't do it, but it's better than climbing in and out and trying to scoop it with the bucket and do all that. So, but man, it has been a long day to get one 6x6. Jeez. All right, see you tomorrow.
All right, we took a little walk up here to the wood yard to watch the hubby mill this log. And I don't think he's mentioned anything, but when I say we, I'll just turn around here and show you what we is. Say hello, Willow and Sierra. These are the new farm additions. We lost our Brittany Spaniel 2 weeks ago, and we've never been without dogs. So we found these two beautiful girls. They're 11 weeks old. We went for this one, and just couldn't separate. So I have them up here in a little playpen with some of their chew toys because they're puppies and they are chewing. But yep, that's Sierra. And this is Willow. Say hello. She's trying to get out. She's got to be with me. But anyway, all right. We'll end this right here, and then we'll get back while we're milling. Just a quick little blurb here. It is Friday, September 6th for this video, and the one with the girls, the puppies in it. So they'd like to be chewing on that. So our mill cuts a 10-foot 6-inch log, and he has devised a way prior to watching other YouTube videos, but now he's cutting a 12-foot log. So he's using our side-by-side and a come-along to scooch the log up. The additional 2 feet so he can cut this end off here. I don't know if you can see that. So I've not seen this either. Oops. So I'm just enjoying the beautiful weather, the puppies, and this strapping man here. Love you, babe. I'm sure he's going to cut that out. Alright, so he got that little section cut off, and now he's down here hooking the log up to pull it back with the come along using the skid steer so that he can turn the log and make another cut. You're caught on a knot. Just turned the log a quarter turn.
All right. So the wife and the mongrels, no, they're sweet little dogs. We haven't had puppies in 16 years. So the last puppy he had was Ruger, the Great Pyrenees. And he wasn't in the house. It was he came home, went right to his duties and has never stopped. So, and he's 8. So yeah, 8. He's probably got a good, I don't know, I'm hoping 2 more years of him. So, but 10's probably the limit on a big dog like that. But these little girls are, they're rambunctious. Like I said, it's been 16 years since we had a puppy in the house. Now we have 2. So, but they do bring joy to your life, that's for sure. Our house was so empty when Kinsey died there 2.5 weeks ago. So, anyways, I gotta shut up before I get all emotional. So, here's my 6x6. I got 3 of them. And then everything over there is either too short, or the long ones, I cut them specifically for poles to go for a shed for this. So they're right on the edge, like at the small end of being a 6-inch can. So it's too difficult, and it's too much time and effort put into milling these logs, these 6x6s that are longer than your mill. It's a lot of work. It's way more work than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, that's a lot of work. So I don't want to chance it and then not have a 6x6. I'd be really pissed if that happened. So I think I'm going to go down here. I have a couple more trees that just need taken down, that are in the picture window, for the winter. So it'll serve purpose of putting some 6x6s, and then I only need basically enough to do 2 6x6s, but I can get some lumber. I'm starting to get a pretty good stack of lumber over here. And then the other thing is, if I knock a tree down right there, I can let the goats out and they can just chow. They'll like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to run down there and we're going to see what we can do to get a tree on the ground. Or 2. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it's 3 o'clock already. I'm pretty much shut up here. So I'll be happy if I can get logs up, the trees cut, the logs up here, and then the tops drug out to where the goats can get to it. Yeah. And then maybe have one sitting on the mill for tomorrow afternoon after the rain leaves. So, all right, let's see what happens. All right. So I'm back up here to finish this. This is my 5th 6x6. So, as you guys have seen, or I guess I did show it. It's been a day or 2 since I've been up here. I was cutting it off, then I would slide the log forward, okay? And then cut this little piece. Then I had to slide it back, flip it, blah, blah, blah. So, I am pretty sure that's how I seen that done. I've watched a couple videos on this. I think everybody does it differently. But anyways, so the other night when I finished up here, I was watching YouTube, and a video from Ouch Mountain, which I, just came up in my feed. I don't subscribe to them or anything, but anyways, it was interesting because they were doing a 24-foot log on I think their LT, whatever they have, 15 was like a 16-foot bed. And what he did was he cut the whole log he was able to without sliding it. And then once he got all that, this cant, basically this part of the log into a cant, then he slid it and cut it and flipped it. So you're only sliding it once. So I have no idea if I'm doing this right or wrong. And I didn't have any problems with the way I was doing it till the last 6x6 that I did. The log was not like this log here, pretty much a gun barrel. It is a little bit bigger at this end, but anyways, the other one was this fourth log that I did. It was wavy and had big protrusions sticking out on it, and I had a hard time with it, trying to keep it straight. So I thought, well, I'm going to try this guy's way. So so far what I've got on this log is I've done this face and this face. Now I have this one up. Now what I have to do now, so the difference is now I've got to take a jack, and I've got to jack this end up because I can't lift it. It's too heavy. These ain't pine board. This isn't pine here. You're not picking this stuff up. And I've got to jack this thing up, put a level on it, and then hopefully my log stops are good, and cut this one, and then do the same for the next one. So that's what I'm going to try. So see what happens. I don't know which way is better or worse, if there's even any difference. So alright, I have this thing, that bottle jack is all the way up, so, and it's very close to level. So I'm going to take a couple swipes off of this, and then have to let it down, I guess. I don't know. It's going to be a pain in the butt. So, real pain in the butt this way. I'm not sure. But anyways, let's get this show on the road. My honest opinion, they both suck doing it. This might be a little easier, but But I can just tell you there's no way to get this, like, that end and this end truly square to each other. You can't do it with trying to move the log like I've been doing. So it is what it is. Now that I have it down to some sort of cant, I'm just going to put a square on it and see which side's the squarest. Put that down. And then get my 6x6, from the bottom up is what I'm going to have to do. Yeah. And then probably what I'm going to end up doing here is, since I have a cant now, I'll just saw and put wedges in and then move the log back and keep sawing. I can do that now that I've got rid of the bark. So I'll show you my finished deal here. Well, here it is. The last 12-foot 6x6. Yeah, you can see, and I don't know, I need to like check my bed, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I never have a log out on there, so I'm not sure why that one would be higher than the rest of them, but I need to check that. You can see there's a gap there and a gap there, but that could be a whole host of things going on there with this log. I'll tell you that this wasn't enjoyable at all doing these. I thought it'd be a pretty neat experience, but it's not. It's an unpleasant experience. It's a lot of work. I think what I should do, and I believe it's called a scarf joint. I think I need to learn how to do a scarf joint. Then I can just cut what I have and do it that way. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on out. I'm going to learn how to do that instead of doing this. And maybe someday I'll get the extension or something, but at this point I'm not doing that. So, alright, well, I think I'm going to end this painful video. Hopefully it's not painful for you, but it was painful for me. Just a lot of work for a little bit of wood. So, anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate the thumbs up and a subscribe. And we'll catch you next week. I got lots of stuff coming up. So, yeah. It's always something going on here that keeps us hopping. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good one.